Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you for appearing again in front of the Commerce Committee. Your perseverance is admirable, and particularly in light of the attacks that have been made against your character. It was clear after your first hearing that you're qualified to serve as a commissioner of the FCC. It was also clear after your second hearing that you are well qualified to serve as a commissioner of the FCC. And I am every bit as confident that it will be as clear by the end of the day today at your third hearing that you're qualified and ready to serve for the FCC. People across my state look forward to your confirmation and to the FCC having a full complement of commissioners to tackle truly important issues, including rural broadband deployment, support for local news and television, and advancing digital equity. Last time you appeared before this committee, I noted the historic nature of your nomination and how important it was for the country to see LGBTQ people, whether they are senators or soon to be FCC commissioners, in prominent roles while being their true selves. Like I said then, being first is not always easy, but millions of people across the country, including myself, are grateful for you continuing to pave the way for LGBTQ people who want to serve their country.
Thank you.
I want to turn to a couple of questions here on specific matters. I was honored to lead the bipartisan National Suicide Hotline Designation Act, which transitioned the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline into an easy-to-remember 3-digit code, 988, to better serve people in crisis situations. I was disturbed to learn recently that there was a nearly day-long outage of the 988 hotline back in December, and that it was a result of a cyber attack. While FCC has since proposed regulations to bring 988 outage reporting requirements in line with 911 outage reporting requirements, I'm concerned that the 988 lifeline remains vulnerable to cyber attacks, or which would prevent people in crisis from getting the help they need. What more can the FCC or Congress do to improve the resiliency of 988 and 911 services?
Yeah, thank you, Senator. I've always thought that the FCC should play a larger role in ensuring that our networks are secure and resilient. The chairwoman has done some good work with regard to mobile networks, but I think we need to do more, and I think the FCC needs to have a more active role, and if Congress would like to give it a more active role, that would be great, to oversee the cybersecurity practices of ISPs.
Okay. I believe that there's tremendous value in consumers having access to relevant local news and programming. In a world in which we can increasingly seek out our sources that simply tell us what we want to hear, local media can provide timely, trustworthy information that helps Wisconsinites and others connect with their communities and neighbors. That's why Senator Markey and I last week reintroduced the Protecting Community Television Act to support funding for public education and government, or PEG, channels. Thousands of Wisconsinites rely on these channels to get news and other programming rooted in their own communities, and in-kind contributions play an important role in those services. Ms. Sohn, from your experience as a consumer advocate, do you agree that local media is important, including for improving our national discourse? And if confirmed to the Commission, what could the FCC do to better support these PEG channels?
Yes, that's a great question. Look, I believe that local media, whether it be broadcasting or PEG channels, are really sort of the bulwark against some of the partisanship that we've been talking about today. And I'll even admit that some of my tweets have been sharp, and I've admitted it before. You know, this country has changed a lot since 2016, let's just face it. I did not like the FCC's decision to include in-kind contributions as part of the 5% of the cable fee. And I would support if the chairwoman were to start a proceeding to reverse that. If the records show that that was a thing to do, my inclination would be to, to reverse that decision, because I think it's important. It's amazing how many people watch PEG. You don't think it, right? You see it and you see, these basic, these very basic channels with basic entertainment, but people watch it. So it's critically important because people do want to know what's going on in their community, and I think the FCC is tasked by law to promote that.
Thank you.